safety and homelessness top of mind for those who live in Sacramento. And here to discuss those topics and much more is Mayor Darrell Steinberg. Thanks so much for your time today.
Good to be with you, Mike.
It's a holiday season, great opportunity for tourism as well as local spending. How's the city preparing to handle this time of year right now?
Well, there's so many exciting things. I was downtown last night for the Kings game. 6 in a row, by the way.
Yeah.
We have a good team, and I'm really hopeful and happy. But what was really great was to see all the people downtown. I mean, the ice rink, and to see the number of people in the restaurants and, before the game and then after the game. And we know we have our challenges. We never deny them. But I think it's also important to recognize that Sacramento's coming through a very difficult time with a lot of strength, a lot of resilience, and a lot of hope. And you see it downtown Sacramento and Midtown, and really throughout the city. So we prepare by having as many amenities as we can, Old Sac, downtown, throughout the city, and welcoming people, and of course working to make sure that the downtown is safe at the same time.
Yeah, let's stay on that city security aspect of things. In light of the deadly shooting that happened at a LGBTQ nightclub in Colorado Springs, are there any security measures right now that the city might be taking to help maybe calm some of those fears within the LGBTQ community?
Well, first of all, to our LGBTQ community, we are with you. We are always with you. We will never let the haters win. And what happened in Colorado was just abhorrent and sickening, frankly. And so what do? We are increasing security at our nightclubs. We have a nighttime manager now who's in charge of the entire downtown nightclub scene, and we are enhancing security. We want people to feel safe.
So there was a heated city council meeting last week regarding a safe stay site off Arden and Colfax streets. Concerns that a planned sweep would displace a lot of folks out there. What's the very latest right now that the city can provide?
We're trying to work with the community and some of the homeless advocates to try to see if we can find a solution here. But you know what? The real solution is to create more shelter, more housing, more mental health and substance abuse services for people who need them, and to bring people inside. And I would just say this, I know people are very anxious about this. Stay tuned. The city and county have almost completed a comprehensive partnership agreement that will result in the city and county actually being much more assertively in these tent encampments to try to not only ensure that they're safer and, frankly, to make sure that they don't continue to exist in the large numbers, but mostly to help people, to diagnose people who have mental health conditions on the street, and then to help navigate people off the streets, because that's ultimately the solution here. At the beginning of December, there is going to be some very important announcements about the city and county enhancing their partnership like never before.
Yeah, and again, earlier this month, Governor Newsom rejected city's proposed plans to address homelessness, saying that he wanted all lawmakers to be on the same page as far as distributing those state funds. Those revised proposals due in the next couple of weeks. What has Sacramento done to meet those requirements?
Well, we are revising our proposal. There was some misunderstanding or really inaccuracy in terms of the reporting. We seek at least a 15% reduction, and our updated report is going to show that. We'll get the money, and we're going to continue to fight with the County of Sacramento to make this better.
All right, we'll end on this. Let's clarify a measure that was recently passed.
Okay.
Talk about Measure N. It's a new tax. It does make collected hotel taxes more flexible. So tell us more what the city might be eyeballing to use with those funds.
This is the sleeper initiative of the cycle. It got very little attention, and the voters said yes with 70%. And here's what it'll mean. We will have over $100 million of bonding funding, we're going to reinvest in remaking the old Sacramento waterfront and building an iconic regional youth sports facility in Meadowview that's going to attract state and national youth sports tournaments of all kinds. And so at least 2 major projects, in addition to being able to build more hotels, which we need. So a very exciting proposition. It's going to allow us to invest in the economic development future of Sacramento, more tourism.
Mayor Steinberg, thank you so much for your time. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and to everybody in Sacramento. A blessed holiday and a safe holiday for everyone. Thank you.
Appreciate your time.